Now, let's talk decoctions. A decoction is a concentrated form of a hot infusion or a tea. It's an extremely useful method of infusing herbs that don't give up their beneficial chemicals so easily, or for woody parts like roots and stems. So if you want to extract the medicinal properties from, let's say, burdock root to make a detox remedy, then don't make a tea, make a decoction. Decoctions are ideal for making a much more concentrated version of a remedy. They're also great for children, animals, or anyone else who's unlikely to drink enough of a hot infusion, a tea, to do them any good. Basically, the difference between teas and decoctions is really simple. Infusions, teas, are steeped, and decoctions are simmered. And the reason we do this is because extracting the medicinal compounds from certain plants or even different herbs often requires a little more effort and time. Let's make one of my favorite decoctions together. It's an immune boosting decoction that's made from the root of the echinacea plant. And this decoction's awesome for raising your body's resistance to infection. Echinacea is antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal. And as a bonus, this remedy also has anti-inflammatory and pain-relieving properties. Do be careful using echinacea internally if you have an autoimmune issue. Personally, I don't use echinacea internally because it's too immunostimulatory for me, but for many, it's a great internal herb. I do, however, use it externally, especially as an antifungal. Okay, let's get started. So to make this decoction, you're going to need about 1 ounce of dried root per 16 ounces of water. And it's usually best to use purified or distilled water for this, unless you know that your water is really excellent. It's also best to make your decoction in a glass or a ceramic cooking pot. That way the metal pot doesn't react with the herb, affecting the flavor. Now, simply place the echinacea root in cold water and allow the herbs to cold soak for a few hours. Let's do that. This is actually the first part of the infusing process. After it's sat for a few hours, then we're going to cover the pot and bring it to a slow boil. And as soon as the water starts boiling, immediately reduce the heat to a low simmer, so keep your eye on it. Keep simmering until the liquid has been reduced to about half of what you started with. This usually takes about 15 or 20 minutes. If it's taking too long, you can remove the top. After about 20 minutes, remove your pot or just turn the heat off and let it cool. Once it's cooled, strain it. Once you've strained it, your decoction is done. I usually drink about 2 cups of a decoction when I'm starting to feel sick. For a child, 1 cup will do. Decoctions are normally made in a quantity that can be used within a couple of days, as they don't keep well in the refrigerator for more than 3 days. Now, if you do need to keep one for more than 3 days, keep it in a tightly sealed container, or you can freeze them. An ice cube tray works great for this, and then you can simply take out what you need when you need it. To make a decoction that lasts longer, simply add about 2 tablespoons of alcohol per cup. Thank you for being with me today, and I hope now you know the difference between a water infusion, a tea, and a water decoction.